You know, I really can't wait for The Nun 2, because when The Nun 2 comes out, it's going to be a prequel on this one, I bet you, because just look at it. Annabelle was a prequel to The Conjuring, and then Annabelle Creation came out, and guess what? That was a prequel to the Annabelle. So we're going to get The Nun 2, because this movie made a lot of money this weekend, and The Nun 2, most likely, is going to be a prequel of how The Nun became The Nun, because we just love prequels in the Conjuring universe. The Nun. This movie was highly anticipated but a long time ago by me. When I first heard them making a Nun movie, I was like, that can work. Because when they announced an Annabelle movie, I did not believe that could work. And it did not work for one movie. Then they did Annabelle Creations, I was like, alright, there we go, that works. And so when they announced The Nun, I was like, okay, this can work. If you've seen The Conjuring 2, if you know the famous story, The Nun was actually just thrown in the last minute in The Conjuring 2. It was not supposed to be in that movie. And James Wan was like, I had this cool idea, let's do The Nun, put it in there. They did, and it creeped everyone out, and it became one of the most creepiest and scariest parts in that movie. And I agree, The Nun is creepy in that movie. And then when you watch this movie, then you're just sleeping. So this movie is basically, it's set in like 1960s or 50s, somewhere around there, and this priest is going to investigate this church or this chapel with all these nuns, and one of them is killed, and so he's investigating it. So he brings along a woman who is actually the sister of Vera Farmiga in real life. It's Tessa Farmiga, like that, something like that. Either way, she's not a nun yet, and so she goes with him and this other guy who rides them there. They get stuck there, and then there's jump scares, and there's a few creepy parts, but overall, The Nun is not a good movie, and I've heard one person say this is a good movie. Everyone else has said this movie is trash, boring, it's just not good. And I work in the movie theater, so I know audience reactions when they walk out, and 98% of it has been that was boring. And that's the main problem with this movie. This movie was boring. I saw it last Thursday actually with my friend. My friend fell asleep in the movie, and he was like, what? It's a free movie ticket because I get free movie tickets. Either way, it was a boring movie, guys. Like, I don't think this movie is scary at all. The characters are so just not interesting. The only good visible actor in this movie is the sister of Vera Farmiga, her. She was good in this movie, I do have to admit. She was solid in this movie. I would like to see her in other stuff. I mean, obviously her older sister is very famous and very good actress, so she's going to learn from her and then become even more famous. Who knows? But I thought she was solid. I like the guy, the carrier guy. He was the audience character. He was the character we could relate to. He was the funny guy. He was the one who was like, I'm getting out of here. And we're like, yes, follow this man. I didn't really care for the guy who played the priest. He did nothing for me. There was nothing like that. This movie, it wasn't scary. And The Nun, we already know what The Nun looks like. And you see The Nun, you don't see her the entire movie until like the last 20 minutes. That and the first scene, that is it. You don't see The Nun the rest of the movie. And I'm like, we already know what The Nun looks like. Can we please just show her? The movie it's so boring, and you've seen every jump scare coming. It's so predictable, and my gosh, the ending is so CGI heavy, and I don't know, they really screwed the Nun movie up, and this movie could have been a solid, scary, standalone movie, but it really wasn't. I will give it one more thing. I do like how it connected to The Conjuring at the very end of this movie. I did like that. That was a solid, like, twist into the Conjuring universe. I did like that. Overall, The Nun was a huge disappointment, and with the disappointment, you get the letter D. This movie was a complete, stupid, boring horror movie that I can't believe made so much money this weekend. It's ridiculous that this movie made like 50 million. Like, this movie deserved 20. God, this was so disappointing, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this late review, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.